Hi guys, welcome back to Lewis on Film. I am Lewis, and last week Netflix released a film which I was very excited about. It's called Oxygen. It's a French film directed by Alexandra Aja. It's a one-location sci-fi sort of tense thriller. So, plain and simple, the film is set entirely inside of a cryopod, kind of like a medical pod that sends people into hypersleep. And a woman wakes up inside of one, and she can't remember who she is, where she's come from, or why she's in this pod. And so the computer that she can speak to, who's called Milo, he tells her that she's got 32% of oxygen left and will run out in just over an hour. And she, tries to free herself from the kind of binds that she's in to keep her steady. And she calls the police. I think she thinks she's phoning the police, and she says, "I'm stuck in this pod, and help me. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know. I can't get out. What can I do?" And we see the entirety of this journey of her inside of the pod, and it is brilliant. So they're good. Melanie Laurent plays the woman, and yeah, as she sort of slowly finds out who she is and uses the computer, which is kind of programmed within a certain boundary, so she can't ask what is my name, because to the computer her name is Omicron 247, I think, something like a number, and so she has to reverse analyze the questions. She's able to phone out, so that she is able to call outside of the pod. So she tries to phone the police. She tries to phone someone who she believes is her husband. She tries to figure out what's going on, where she is, why she's there, and why she can't remember anything. And I'm not going to spoil it beyond that. It's just, these things they're in the trailer. They're in the sort of synopsis. So I haven't really spoiled anything, but the key thing here is that it is all set in one location. It is all done in one space, which is this cryopod. The only time we leave it is with one exception where we do actually physically leave it, and then the rest is kind of flashbacks in memory, which are all really nice and contrasting actually. But they make terrific use of the space. The space is very tiny, but it's in a similar vein to Buried, starring Ryan Reynolds, in that regard, where he's entirely in a coffin and he only has the things that he was buried with in his pockets to kind of help him forward. She hasn't got that. She's only got this computer who can do certain commands and offer certain information, and they play it out really, really nicely. It's very, very well written. Terrific performance from Laurent. So she's popped up in all sorts of stuff over the years. She's been in English language films. I recognised her from Six Underground, which I'm ashamed by because because it was awful. But you'll recognise her face if you're not sure who she is anyway. And yeah, Alexandra Aja, he knows how to do tension. He does. He knows how to build and he knows how to deliver. Crawl proved that. If there was any doubters out there, and the design of the thing really sells it to you. It's really, really well designed, and the overall kind of, I guess, the twist into what is actually going on is very clever and very delivered completely without breaking any kind of barriers, like without breaking the mold of the film that's already been there. It works completely, and it's really nice. The bad. I don't have a lot of bad to say. I think possibly people might be a bit concerned that there's no real excitement in it. it's kind of all in her head. The moments where there's horror, if you like. There's a couple of scary moments, but they're all in her head, and we know it's in her head. So it's hard to kind of break that. But it's a very tight piece. It's a very claustrophobic piece, and if that doesn't suit you, if you can't stand seeing somebody in a box for an extended period of time, you're not going to like it. So that's up to you. But in terms of a good idea that is executed well in one location with one actor, albeit in the flashback, technically 2 actors, 3 if you include the voiceovers. 5 if you include the voiceovers and the sort of communications that she makes outside of the thing. It's good. I don't have much bad to say about it. I sincerely don't. I think it's very well designed. Music's really good, nicely paced, nicely edited. The use of shots, the different shots that happen whilst the film's going on, all really nice. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Overall, I did. I really enjoyed it. I can't emphasize that enough. I did. I was sat there. I was gripped. My partner, she watched it with me. She was gripped. She was unsure about it at the start. She soon changed her mind. She was thoroughly invested in it. And yeah, it's one as well that if you read into it the way you're supposed to and watch it accordingly, you realise that there's more to this than there's just being shown to you and put on screen. There is more about the state of the planet and what science can do to extend kind of, I guess, the human race, and possible things that could happen. And I think it's really interesting the way it's done. It's all done practically as well. It's the visual, the effects are there, but they're used quite minimally. It's the practicals inside of this location that make it work and make it interesting. And again, fantastic performance centrally, which really does help and doesn't hinder the film in any way, shape or form. It's a good film, a really good film. I really enjoyed it. Another top draw work from Alexandra Aja. Like I said, he did Crawl, which was one of my favourite films of last year. He's been doing films like that for a while, but like enjoyable films. But he's been stepping up his game recently, and I really appreciate his work and his efforts on this one. It's a great film. Really, really sincerely, really good film. Do go and watch it. It's on Netflix. It's easy to find. It's called Oxygen. Check it out. Thank you very much, folks. Hope you enjoy that one. Again, loads more coming out. The cinemas are open now, and of course, things are released on Netflix and online, so I will be checking them out. Do subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.